Farcaster. It is Wednesday, January 10th. I always have to look. And you are here with Adrian and Nounish Prof for 21 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day. And it is a crazy busy day. Like, I am a little stunned at how much has happened between Monday today. And it's also only January 10th. So, good morning, Adrian. How are you today?
Wow, good morning. I love our 10 minutes together before we go live, where we quickly do the like, oh my God, so much has happened. How are we going to fit it all in
Like,
21
what are we going
minutes?
to talk about? Oh my God. And we start to like kind of curate as we come into it, because sometimes there's last minute things and we're moving things around, and it's really it's a lot. So I didn't get a chance to change my background. I'm sticking with Zorba texture. Enjoy. I love it. But Adrian, you have a different background today. What is yours? If you
That's
can.
right. If you see my background, it is a map of the world with little X's on it that show where all the hubs are located.
We're
IP
all
addresses of
amazing.
Farcaster hubs. So 2 days ago, Dan casted opportunity for a little side project. Take the IP addresses of a hub, map it on a globe. I think like 30 seconds later, there was a
Yep.
GitHub repository of someone who did it, and I think it's a super
Really
cool lo-fi, low-tech version, but like to visualize, you know what? It's more than just
global.
Southern
It's not.
California right now.
It's not just Pacific time zone.
Mhm.
It's not just Pacific time zone. It's everywhere. Amazing. And I was amazed at how quickly, and this is the thing that I think a lot of people over on crypto Twitter don't quite understand, is that when you say something like someone should build, when you say it on Farcaster, someone probably will.
That's right.
That's the difference. Whereas opposed to people just like, say it into the void, devs do something. And usually the devs don't do something. The devs over on Farcaster usually do something. So there you go. And it's amazing to see that global reach of all the hubs. Moving on, we have major new feature scheduled for Friday. And that is our big news today. And that's it. That's all we know. So Friday,
What's it going to
look for
be?
look for the big news. I personally think it's muting channels and muting in something like along those lines. It's not video. It's definitely not video.
It's not video.
It's not
I've
video.
got, yeah.
We know it's not video. Maybe by December. That was the only promise. So what do you think it is? In the
Um,
chat, what do you think it is? Doofy says it's
Video.
video. Ooh,
Yeah.
scheduled
Scheduled
posts. Somebody said
posts.
scheduled posts, threads. Threads could be, because we know that Supercast was already putting threads out there as a feature on their client. So it's possible that that got spun up quickly. I think muting channels, because it says major. What do you think?
Is that major? He threw me with the word major really throws me
It's also, you can mean
because,
sarcastic.
well,
That too. Is that a
when you
possibility?
quantifying major, sometimes it's based on dev effort, which doesn't always
Right.
translate to user value. But is he thinking like this is something that people have been screaming for, asking about? Is it major change, or is it kind of major impact? And look, the team has been shipping like crazy for the
Like
past, like
crazy.
every Friday, just like an onslaught of features.
Yeah.
So for you to come out and start dropping, doing a little hype cycle on a Monday or Tuesday, saying there's a major feature dropping, I don't know. I think it's going to be bigger than muting channels.
Okay.
I think
I don't
bigger
know.
than scheduling posts. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'll be waiting.
We've got Doofy
I
thinks login with Facebook is going to be the major feature. That would be major. That would be major, but I don't think that's it. And then we
You know
have
what I love
also a
about
couple
our
people
audience?
unfollow, cast, things like that. Yes, go ahead. Go
Ooh,
ahead,
what if
Noni.
it's like native integration with Unlonely, so we can live stream our show directly from
That's the dream.
Warpcast.
That's the
Okay,
dream.
everybody right now, go in Warpcast and request that as a feature.
Right now,
So,
that's what we want. Major feature
um,
on Farcaster, immunity from SEC spoofs. Actually, we already have that feature. We
oh,
have that feature built in.
It's called a brain.
It's called a brain. So speaking of, we do have to discuss that. So meanwhile, over on Twitter, did not see this narrative coming. The SEC Gov Twitter account was compromised, and an unauthorized tweet was posted. The SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin exchange traded products. And then here over on Farcaster, we had the memes and comments that follow. Victor, SEC social media intern for next Farcaster AMA. I definitely would agree with that. And then we had McBain inviting the chair at sec.gov to Farcaster. I believe he covered it as well. Covered the on-chain fees, which you can do now. So thank you, McBain, for
Very generous.
demonstrating this feature, and so that we could talk about it as well. So now you can gift to your friends or Gary Gensler the gift of Farcaster with your warps. And we have done that. And then we had Ted, which I thought this was an amazing perspective here. Same, but different. It's the whole somebody sent a dick pic by accident kind of email, like, whoopsie. So that's kind of been the discussion going on is, was it really hacked, or was this in the drafts folder, somebody sent it out too early, and that's why the SEC social media intern has now been fired, which is, I think, probably more likely than it was, because we didn't see anything else we didn't see any demands that Elon Musk do something or any, you know what I mean? We didn't see that coming from the SEC. I mean, we've heard it from other
Yeah.
people. So that makes me think that maybe it wasn't hacked. It said compromised is a little different. So, any thoughts on all this? This has been the talk of the town. So,
No,
what
but
were your?
I blinked for a minute yesterday afternoon and
I know
I was
it was crazy.
I was like offline, and I came back
Same.
and everything had already happened. So I was not
Same.
there live for that split second of excitement.
For that moment of woohoo euphoria, and then
Yeah.
that was pretty funny. Yeah, it was pretty funny. So I did enjoy the memeing that followed, but hopefully today the real thing might happen. So be on the lookout, and you can hang out in the Bitcoin channel for all things, but really you'll know. You'll definitely know. Moving on. Outcasters. We did not get to this the other day, so I wanted to share this week's snapshot. It's curated by the one and only friend of the show, DeWoofy, one of the most prolific users on Farcaster, driven by a strong conviction regarding the future of decentralized social platforms. He currently hosts the Growth Channel and has recently taken on the role of head of growth at Airstack. And I loved his curation. It felt very like in the same vibe as mine, where it had a little bit of Nounish, a little
Mhm.
bit of memeing, a little bit of, things that make you think, and a whole bunch of art. And I just thought it was fantastic. This was probably my favorite. And what I'm showing on the screen right now is the Jim Cramer meme. That's a nice asset you've got there. It would be a shame if I were to speak positively about it. Yes, Jim, please don't. And a whole bunch of other fun things like receipts and some food. And I thought it was amazing. And you had the cover photo as your background the other day, and we didn't get to it. So, Dewoofi, let us know how you enjoyed doing the curation and what you thought of that. You can throw that in the chat. And Dewoofi would like you to join the growth channel, so we can grow, everyone. There we go. So, any thoughts on Outcasters this week and the top 30 and all
Well,
those fun things?
loved it. It was
Loved
great.
it.
Great job, Dewofei.
Great.
It's still just one of my highlights of the week.
Absolutely.
And I got to give Ghost Links credit for it was such a simple format, which is just 30 visuals.
Mm-hmm.
And then to be able to see how the different curators slightly tweak it. And you kind of get a little bit of the personality, because there was a lot of, I don't know, Dewoofi, somehow I'm like, how are you going to tell who it is? And somehow you can tell it's your style. And great job with it.
Yep. I've had times where I hadn't noticed who was curating, and I started going through, and I'm like, And I remember looking when Chris curated one week, and I'm like, this feels like it's Chris co-created. And then I'm like, oh yeah, it is. That's why. Droopy said in our chat, little stressful in the beginning because I wasn't sure if I'd be a great curator, but happy with the way it turned out. I think it came out great. You did a fantastic job, and I really do like that it reflects the individuals. It doesn't have to be, I think we're hard on ourselves, but I loved it. I thought you did a wonderful, fantastic job.
Yeah,
Moving on. Oops, go ahead.
little advice for you, Dwufi, and people worried about trying to be great. So straight from Nounish Prof and Adrienne, um, trying to be great is not the way to do anything because I don't think we're doing with our show, which
Perfection
we're
is
really
not the goal. No, we can
because
let's make it even bigger, Adrian. The head of Y Combinator said, do it shitty first. So there you go.
yeah,
It's okay. It's okay. If it's not even from us,
you,
from people bigger than us.
and we are our own worst critics.
100%. Like that is all the time. All the time. Moving on. Dylan, Lightcast 0.11 has been approved by test flight. So a walkthrough video below outlines how the app works and where it's headed. And you can join the Lightcast Telegram channel to access test flight. So take a look at that. I have not had a chance to try this out yet, but I love that we're getting all these, new approaches to Farcaster. So it's always fun. If anyone's tried that out in the chat, let us know. We'd love to hear your review. And then this is what I should have had as a background today, Adrienne. Why didn't I think of this? Weekly mint with warps. I still had problems, just not these problems. So it's a fun little retro sort of feel to it. I love it. It has these little like CDs. It's very retro, very Windows 95.
We,
It's super
exactly.
fun. And then we did have a comment from Pushix. Man, this experience is so smooth. The Mint with Warps experience. I like it. I can just click a button, already have a bit of warps, and it's a reasonable price. Done. And I've said this many times because pretty much every time I Mint with Warps, I think this like, wow, what a process that makes it so much easier for anyone to be able to collect NFTs without having to even know what the heck a wallet is. However, tip, and that this tip became much more important to me yesterday when I realized something. If you have multiple wallets connected to your account, make sure that you're not sending the Zora NFTs to an ETH safe because that doesn't work. So we do have a couple NFTs that I have minted with Warp sitting in the GM Farcaster safe, but they're not because they can't go there. So they're out there in the ether, just floating about. And guess what? My DGen claim, my $ DGen claim is now connected with our GM Farcaster safe and we can't get it. So it's just going to sit there for like 4 weeks and then we're going to figure it out. I mean, 4 months. So we have I say we now because it's in the safe, 9 million DGen that's just going to be sitting there for a while. So apparently I am
Wow.
staking DGen, whether
And
I like it or not.
And I think I
So
have that safe with you. So I have some degen exposure that I didn't even know about.
you do
So
anyway. By the way, anyone who is on Farcaster, you probably have some DGen waiting for you to claim at dgen.tips. Not financial advice, DYOR, all the things. Please be careful, but you probably do. So there you go.
I'm
But
not
hopefully
DYORing.
she's not doing it. She's not going to do it. It's fine. It'll be sitting there for you for whenever you're ready. That's whenever you're ready for your DGen arc, Adrian. We're all here for it. It's coming. I can feel it. It's just a matter of time. Meanwhile, over on X, also reminder: get a free Farcaster account with Coinbase Wallet. Scan the QR code below to get started. So if you are not on Farcaster and you've somehow found this stream and this podcast and you would like to be, you can sign up for free right now with your Coinbase wallet. So go ahead and do that. We'd love to have you over here. And then crossed 50K signups over the weekend. 30K of those are post permissionless and paid a protocol fee. That's pretty amazing. And then back to DGen. Degen will moon because Farcaster is literally the least degen crypto discussion forum ever created. The irony is too pure, and of course, the most entertaining outcome is the most likely. I did think that was a funny take that it's just a matter of time before one of these crazy things does moon and has probably a really weird mechanic, because that's the thing that's getting some of the devs excited, is like, how can we do this meme coin thing, but do it differently, do it fun, do it, in a new way. And I think that's what's going to be interesting about this little meme coin season that we're experiencing right now. And I see we're getting a little bit of lag, so hopefully the video is going to be fine, but maybe it's just on the stream. I see a little video lag, but it's okay. We've only got 3 minutes. We should be fine. We can do this. C. Curla. Oh, of course, no, can't. C. Curla. Oh, yes, D. Gentleman. That's the note on here along those same lines with the D Gen channel, that we now can call him D Gentleman as opposed to D Gens. Um, Moving on, maybe I move on. We had Pugson with me. Can we get Farcaster Arch? Mom, we have the Farcaster Arch at home. The Farcaster Arch at home. We have to show that because it is just hilarious, and this should have been our background as well today. Okay, moving on. We've got a couple more things. I have no idea if this stream's still working, but I'm hoping it is. But oops, we may not get to those things because they're coming through right now.
Hey,
so,
hey,
how we
Prof.
do? Yes.
Am I still with you?
Yes, now you're with me.
We are
I hear you now.
experiencing some glitches.
We're experiencing glitches.
Can you hear me? I
don't
know.
Hear you.
Hopefully our recording will be okay and we can watch in post. But Naomi in the chat just said it's part of the experience on Lonely being glitchy.
It is.
So we're very on brand. It's a part of our brand. So thank you.
Thank you for hanging with us.
Thank you for sticking with us.
We have like so many tech failure points that it's kind of funny. So hopefully, we never know exactly where some things breaking down. Hopefully, you still hear us. We do want to shout out a new channel called the Strata Channel. Adrian, do you want to mention that real quick in terms of the strategy channel and what they're doing over there? Because I am able to breathe at the moment. So I
would love to, and hopefully we're still here. Leo, and I don't know, it's we'll put it in the links. I don't know his handle, but new channel /strategy to talk all things strategy. So if you're into strategy, check it out. I got my first cast in there, but it's a fun one.
Amazing. That seems like it'll be game theory, could be a lot of different things. So that sounds like fun channel. Yeah, maybe Elon is
all right. And at this point, I don't.
Can you hear me by any chance? All right. No. Okay. I think I'm completely frozen. But we're going to try and move this along. I hear you. Out. You hear me?
I lost you on video.
Okay, so that's good because I'm moving over to our sponsors. We had a little challenge at the end there with our live stream. So wanted to re-record this part and give a shout out to our supporters. We love you all. Thank you to our Cupamole, Monkey D Links, Type of, and Arjon Tupan. And then our Cup of Wow Wow, Yes to Crypto. Our CLPs, Conversation Liquidity patrons this week, Lens Post for this month, Justin.ahn.eth and WakeUpRemember.eth. And please check out at Wake on Farcaster and take a look at his amazing On Cyber gallery. It is really impressive. And we'll be back Friday. And this week we are doing Fridays with Friends with Grace from Unlonely. So really excited for that. It will be at a little different time at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. So we will see you all then. Thanks so much for popping by. GM Farcaster. See you Friday. Bye-bye.